Hey, what's up, y'all? Great Wednesday to you. Stop getting mad at people for leaving. People leave your church. People leave the job. People leave a relationship. People transfer schools. People go play for the other team. Stop getting mad at that. Each individual person, we all have our own will. Some of us, we haven't been pursuing what we love to do. We haven't been doing the things that are necessary to do what we go to bed thinking about at night. Some of us have not copped out. Some of us have not sold out. It's just some of us have been in a delayed state to where we've taken jobs and opportunities that we really didn't want, but we know we needed them to survive. So all I'm saying is, for the people who had to leave something, it's never quitting, it's just leaving. Get what I'm saying? It's redirecting. We have to change the narrative, and I think it's a good suggestion. We ain't got to do nothing. I think it's a good suggestion to just say somebody left. A quit isn't a quit. It's only a quit when you stop doing what God put you here to do, and you don't do it no more. That's a quit. It can be a short leave or a long leave. You still living and breathing, and you still moving, you still got some type of motion, it ain't a quit. It's a redirection. Like your navigation system says, redirecting. You get what I'm saying? So stop coming down hard on people for redirecting their life, for finally following what they know they ought to follow. And then you have some slothful people out there that don't want to do nothing for nobody, nor for themselves. But that's different. And you know who those people are. Easily. But when you got a hard-working person, a hard-working man, a hard-working woman that you've been around, and then all of a sudden they just have a shift, they leave the job, they leave the church, they leave the relationship, that person probably been anticipating on doing that before they got started or shortly after before he or she got started. Let me make sure my pronouns it. Or shortly after he or she got started. So let's just keep that in mind. Stop holding grudges. Stop getting in fights about people leaving. Stop holding people to that. Be happy for people. Pray that people get closer to God, the God in them that the supernatural God connects with him or her. There go. I messed my pronouns up again. Pray that person, that he or she gets closer to God. So cut all that talking about somebody crap out. Or somebody a frail body, they ain't stay part of the team. And where's all this coming from? Because I see it all the time with sports. I see it all the time with employees. People going at it, athletes going at it in sports. I'm watching Colorado Buffaloes right now. They just had about 17, 18 people leave. What deeply got to me was Dylan Edwards leaving and Savion Wilkerson. But I can't be mad at them young men. I can't be mad at them because I was too a college athlete. And I transferred out of school to go pursue what I thought I wanted. Get what I'm saying? And I'm still glad I made the best decision, but that decision didn't lead to a sports future. However, it led to a better future. So, and I was coming off from being a part of a team and still have the championship ring at that college that I was a part of that year I transferred out of. Get what I'm saying? And I'm feeling tempted to tell y'all the story. So I guess I can go ahead and tell y'all the story. So I was part of Shaw University's 2007, 2008 CIAA championship team. I have a ring. I didn't play not one down in football that year. That was my first year eligibility. But I was part of those hard practices because our team was so good. We had 2 or 3 strings that can go out there and compete. Get what I'm saying? I don't even think I was in the top 3 strings because it wasn't my athleticism. In the spring, I was the man. I think it was just learning the fundamentals of a DB, defensive back, because after playing linebacker my whole life. And where I made huge progress was Coach Robert Massey. He taught me how to play defensive back. But I was not defensive back speed. I wasn't really linebacker speed. I was like a misfit, but I was a hell of a hitter. I was not hard to coach at all. It was just going to take some steps. You get what I'm saying? You go from just practicing and dressing out home games, and then you go from home games. My very next season, I believe I would have been on special teams, and then the season after that, I probably would have got some reps in as a 2, or I probably been a starter had I stayed. But I left Shaw University because the college that was calling for me was Old Dominion University back home in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? I'm not from Norfolk, Virginia. I'm from Newport News, but back home in Virginia was my mother, who was struggling with kidney failure and heart failure. Back home in Virginia was my dad, my father. Back home in Virginia was a couple of siblings, some of my closest friends back home in Virginia. And I didn't come back home to not get busy and not continue to play sports. I came, ODU didn't have a football team then. When they got one, I tried out for the team, was talking in contact with Coach Bobby Wilder, Coach Rondo at that time. My high school coach hit up Coach Rondo. They was playing around with me. I just put it like that. I wasn't of their interest. They had a one-day tryout. I got cut. Went back the next day to holler at the coaches, and they just made every reason why. You know what I'm saying? One told me keep in contact. One gave me a defensive lineman card. No, good and well, I ain't playing no defensive lineman. Then another one just cut it to me straight. Coach Bobby Wilder was just like, hey, look, you're not even our size, the person that we're looking for. But I didn't transfer just for football. I wanted to go to that university because I remember being in high school, not having the grades to go to an ODU. Hell, my grades were so horrible in high school, I couldn't have got in Norfolk State. I ain't getting in Norfolk State. My girlfriend did at the time. Now, I say girlfriend because we were young, so I would never call a grown woman a girl. But back then, we was 18, 19, girlfriend. But all I'm saying is this. You never know the decisions under the surface that people have to make. People didn't know I wanted to be close to home to help take care of, help look after my mother, and that was always a stigma in my mind. People didn't know these things, so don't bash people for making the decisions and going the routes that they go. What's going on, boss? How you doing? All right, for making the decisions that they got to make. Wish them well. If you are a praying person, pray for that person. You know what I'm saying? And don't hold it against nobody. Let people pursue what they got to pursue in life. Because why should somebody say, oh, such and such is disloyal? You might not be loyal to that staffing. You might not be loyal to that team, but you just never know. That person can still be a loyal person. So I want to encourage those people that's still at Colorado, the Travis Hunters, anybody who was said to have unfollowed Dylan. I don't know. But I want to encourage that whole program. You know what I'm saying? You never know all the things that's going through Dylan Edwards' mind, Savion Wilkinson's mind. And maybe y'all know. Maybe it's my ignorance. And anybody else, people who think that I left you, you think that I quit on you. Nah, it's redirections, navigating. I have family too. I have children too. You just never know all the decisions people have to consider when they make one huge decision. So stop bashing people and root for them, wish them well, pray their direction to God, and make sure you pray in your direction to God too. That's all I got for y'all. That's 8 minutes strong, 8 minutes long. Fred Lee, keep it there.